Welcome to Wildlife Worksheet lesson number 32. And to start off, we're going to be looking to see whether the blue line is a line of symmetry. So here it tells us that a figure has symmetry if it can be folded along a line so that the two parts match exactly. This line is called a line of symmetry. Some lines have one or more lines of symmetry. Some lines have none. So let's say we'll be figuring out whether this blue line right here is a line of symmetry. So let's look at this first shape right here. Here we have a pentagon, and this line right here splits the pentagon. As we can see here, let me sketch out this shape right here for us. So this is our shape on one side of the half, and if we were to draw it on the other side of the little blue line, we can see that there's the exact same figure, meaning that this blue line is, yes, it is a line of symmetry. Some of the lines of symmetry are more obvious, such as number 2, where we can easily see that this shape is a rectangle, meaning that these two sides are going to be equal to each other if it's split across the middle. That tells us that number 2 is yes. For number 3, here we have a right triangle. However, this blue line is not a line of symmetry because we can see that this side, right, or this is an equilateral triangle right here, and this is an obtuse triangle. And as we can see that they are not the same, meaning that 3 is not a line of symmetry. And lastly, let's just, actually no, we can go over all 4 of these because all these are the same. 4, 5, and 6 all have a line of symmetry because we can easily see that this line separates it into perfect halves. As seen in number 4, it cuts it right across the middle, number 5 straight down the middle, and number 6 straight across the middle. So we know that all of these shapes, or for all of these shapes, for 4, 5, and 6, they all have a line of symmetry. Now for this page, we're going to be drawing the line of symmetry for each figure. So number 1, looking at our shape, this is not a quadrilateral. However, we can still draw the sign of symmetry for this shape. So looking at this one, how do we divide it? So if we divide it this way, well, that's not even on each side, so that is not a line of symmetry. But we're gonna draw it from the side right here like this. We can see that both of these sides are the same. So that's our line of symmetry. For number 2, we can do the same thing. Draw it down this middle. We can see that these sides are not going to be the same. However, if we do it from this one right here, we can see that these sides are the same. So that's our line of symmetry. For a star, there's actually only one line of symmetry you can draw, and that's straight down the middle, which evenly splits the star into two. For this heart, there's also only one, as we can only split it down the middle. And for our last example, we'll do number 7. Number 7 is a little unique because it's not a circle, so we can't go straight down the middle like for a circle. However, we can instead start from this side right here. If we split it from the side right here, we get two equal sides to each other. For this page, we're looking at size-wise, and our example, or not example, what it tells us is figures that have a same shape, but they have different sizes are called similar figures. Tell if the figures appear to be similar, yes or no. So basically, we're trying to see whether, even though they're not the same size, they have the same shape, which is why they're similar figures. So, number 1, here we see that we have two circles of different sizes, and this fits the criteria because they have the same shape, but they're different sizes. So, yes, they are similar. For number 2, here we see we have a right triangle, and we also have a right triangle right here. However, this one is equal on each side, meaning that all these sides are equal, meaning it's an equilateral triangle, too. Actually, no, this is not equilateral triangle. Sorry, I should not say that. But we can easily see that for this second triangle right here, this side is longer than this side, meaning that these two are not similar. So we get no. For number 3, here we have two different shapes, and we can easily see that the smaller shape down here is an octagon. It says 8 sides, and the shape right here has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lines, meaning that these are not the same shape. So these are not similar figures. And lastly, we'll look at number 7. Number 7, we have a bigger heart and a smaller heart. That tells us that yes, it is a similar figure. Word problems. So Colin says that a circle has too many lines of symmetry to count. Do you agree or disagree? So let's draw a circle. Obviously the circle isn't going to be perfect, but we'll imagine that it is. And Colin says that it has too many lines of symmetry to count. So if we were to cut straight down here, oh, that is not an equal line. Sorry, let me redraw that. If we were to draw a line straight down the middle, we can say yes, the sides are equal. If we were to draw it from this side, yes, they'd be equal again. Draw it from here, they'd be equal. Here, they'd be equal. However, if we were to draw it from side to side, there would be unlimited, just as Colin said. But if we were to draw it from right here, then this would not be it. But considering that we won't do that, we will agree with Colin. Amy drew a polygon with 8 sides and 8 angles. What is the name of the figure he drew? So let's draw his polygon first. We know that there's 8 sides and 8 angles. So let's draw it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, obviously that is not perfect, but we can assume that I drew 8 sides. And so this is the same size as a same shape as a stop sign. And we know that a stop sign is an octagon. So the name of the figure we drew is, or he drew, is octagon. And just as we know, octa stands for 8, which is why he drew 8 sides and 8 angles.